Okay, so last night I watched Captain America, the First Avenger for the very first time. Now, did I know that Captain America existed? Yes. Did I know that he started off with a tiny little body and a normal sized face? No, that is not something people talk about. It took me a minute to get over the fact that Chris Evans was a little guy in the first part of the movie. I was watching it and I was like, am I supposed to not feel like this is weird because we all know Chris Evans? And so it took me a minute to get past that story. But I do love the fact that it really told you who he was on the inside. So I loved it. Of course, I saw Stanley Tucci and I was like, Stanley Tucci! And then I saw Stanley Tucci not be in it at a certain point. So I was like, heartbreak early on in that movie. Watching it, I was really excited about just like the backstory, how Captain America became Captain America. I love the cheesy part where he's like on stage being kind of a joke during that whole phase, and how he really just forged his own way into doing everything that he wanted to do for his country. So I love the story. Also, didn't expect the bad guy to all of a sudden rip his face off and be red. I think the red kind of threw me. I was like, why is he red? And I don't really know. So if you know the answer to that, and it's probably from one of the comic books, because I don't think they explicitly said why he in particular turned into like a red Skeletor, which is basically what it reminded me of. So if you know, tell me why he's red. Why is he red? But otherwise, I loved it. I loved the ending. I love how it ended where he's waking up and he is not in his time, and it's going to help me now connect in my brain how all of these characters I know are going to come together. And I'm just excited to see how it all plays parts into where the movies are now. And again, I don't think I've seen any of the subsequent movies that are kind of coming after this. I've never seen Avengers or any of the sequels. I haven't seen most of the movies beyond this. Chris Evans, I'm just so glad that you got your body back in this movie, because for the first 40 minutes, I was a little concerned. I was like, this is not the Chris Evans that I was prepared to see. And I'm really glad that you came into your own in this movie, and I can't wait to see what comes next.